Even in the most hazardous conditions, Britain's road gritting teams keep our nation moving. Putting on too much can cost tens of thousands of pounds over a season in wasted salt. Inaccurate spreading may result in legal claims. The latest Econ Spargo spreaders are electronically controlled to spread just the right amount of salt on the road. Loading the spreader correctly will improve its performance and make your job easier. If it's been kept under cover, then the salt should be perfectly dry and manageable for loading. If left outside, the salt on the bottom would be wet, so load from the middle of the pile as the salt will be of better quality. If the salt is tipped all at once, the loading screens will be flooded and most of the salt will end up on the floor. Before you leave, make sure there are no lumps left on the screen, as they are classed as part of an unsecured load. In the cab, the key to everything is the Spargo control box with its fingertip control. It's best to preset the controls for spreading before you arrive at the start of your gritting route. Newer Spargo control boxes have touchscreen controls, whereas older models have buttons. Use the joystick to set the discharge rate. The speed of the conveyor delivering the salt onto the distributor is determined by the driving speed of your vehicle. If you slow down, so does the conveyor. If you stop at a junction, the conveyor will stop too. Highlight the lights required and activate using the button on the joystick. Use the rotary knobs to set the correct spread width and pattern. If you increase the spread width for a wider road, the discharge door will open, ensuring the right amount of salt is spread. Keep checking those mirrors and always be ready to alter the controls to suit the conditions. Drive at a controlled speed. Driving too fast can ruin the spreader's performance, leaving much of the road surface untreated. When you come to a more hazardous location, simply press the blast button. Don't worry. To protect the driver from legal action, GPS trackers will automatically record the route from the Spargo control box. When you have finished, you may need to offload some salt back at the depot. Set the chute at its steepest angle by pulling down the two levers at the side of the chute. Push the distributor into the discharge position by locking it forward. Set the rate to 0 by using the joystick and set the spread width to 0. Finally, press the blast button. For washing down, we strongly recommend using a hosepipe with plenty of water. Using a pressure washer will force the salt into areas where it will cause damage. Here's a brief reminder of the key actions. Load the spreader correctly. Set the controls before you leave. Remember to check the mirrors. Wash down using a hosepipe.